open the Morning Connection for news, business, and artist promotion. Great music and vibe. Morning Connection with Julia Michael Benaya. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. weekdays on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Small and medium-sized business owners. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ball Out. Call our sales office today at 876-377-3442 or 876-317-1991. Don't be left out. Promote your business on Fit FM Business Ball Out.
News brief in a minute. News provided by credible sources and presented by Fit FM 96.7 inside the Fit Zone weekdays on the hour. News brief in a minute inside the Fit Zone on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Fit FM is owned and operated by Communication Company Limited, located in Stuart Castle, Duncan's Trelawney, Jamaica. We broadcast on FM 96.7 locally and is heard worldwide on fitfmja.com. Our mission is to amplify diverse voices and opinions, inform, educate, entertain, and engage listeners of all ages and lifestyle while promoting responsible community development. Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music.
Are you struggling with loneliness? Feeling depressed? Are you searching for a purpose to live? Are you ready to tap into your inner greatness? Ready to soar to your full potential? Come and be inspired. Join me, Dr. Asha Mwendo, on Healing Moment inside Gospel and Soul every Wednesday, 6 p.m., where we will help you to understand your purpose. We will help you to find your wind. We'll show you how to open your wings and fly. Healing Moments, Fit FM 96.7, your life, your music. Good evening, my people. How are you this evening? I am your girl, Dr. Asha Mwendo, and you're listening to Healing Moments on FM 96.7. Fit FM is Healing Moments is brought to you by Wellness in Motion. Welcome this evening. Brought to you by Wellness in Motion, and as usual, we want you to be part of the conversation. So join us on 876-513-668 or 876-478-9144. As usual, Healing Moments join the call for elimination of violence against our women and our girls. This evening, guest is the controversial one, Alan Carter. But just before he comes to us, you know the drill already. Get your pen, get your sip, tell a friend. Listen to this bit of music until we come right back.
Whoa, na 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 na. I do it all. Now all around me, God put you all on me. Satan, me know you can't stop me. Now all around me, God put you all on me. Satan, me know you can't stop me. Him can't go around me wall, no. Him can't go above me wall, no. Him can't go under the wall. No, sir, nothing him can do me at all. So when me lift up me right hand up there, when me lift up me left hand, man, I shout praises to God all around the world, man.
Yes. Welcome back. You're listening to Healing Moments on Fit FM 96.7. Your life, your music. And in a quick let's start this evening, want to remind we are seeking your support to assist children. Remember now, Mayoni is a young lady who went into hospital, had her baby. She went into hospital quite okay, had her baby, contracted COVID in hospital, and died in hospital, never going home with her little baby boy. And so she died, leaving 2 kids in school and a little baby. And she wanted her kids to have a good Christian education. And so the community, we have come together to wrap around those children and partner with the father to ensure that her kids come out with the right principles that she tried to instill before death. And so we need your help. We need your support to keep the kids in school. They have a lot of school fees outstanding, and we want to help them to sort that out and going to school nice and easy come September morning. I give thanks to those who have already started to contribute. Remember now, I have pins. So if you send your contribution, you want your pins, you can get your pins. We start at $300, anything from $300 up. We are good to go. We don't go below 300, then we won't be able to pay for the pins, right? And so therefore, anything you give 300 and up will go to a worthy cause of keeping Mayoni's children in school, getting a good Christian education that the mother had wished to give them. She started the journey, but she went to sleep before that. It is now our responsibility as a community to help fill the cause, right? And the other thing, the Neighborhood Watch movement. I am head for the National Neighborhood Watch movement across Jamaica, and I'm calling on you wherever you are in your little communities, your little districts, your little street corner. Find yourself with a Neighborhood Watch in your community. If there's one already there, please support it, be a partner with it. If there's none there, go to the nearest police station, tell them you need a Neighborhood Watch in your community, and they will tell you the process. They will reach out to us, and we'll reach out to you. Let's come together and stem crime and violence in Jamaica. And remember now, we don't want to fix, or we don't want to put on plaster upon the problems. We want to start creating the change we want to have happening at the family level, the grassroots level. Prevention is the best way to go. We want to start training the little ones, the right principles. Teach. People will say it's because of poverty why man thief. No. Me didn't know enough poor people back in the days who never used to thief, they never used to kill, never used to commit crimes. We can learn to teach each other how to create fishing streams that we support each other. And to the young men who don't want to sweat but earn big, no go so. You have to learn a skill. Even if it is a company, whatever skill you're going to do, you have to sweat a little bit. Jamaica hot, aye. You must be prepared to sweat a little bit to get it right. So as I told you this evening, my Let's Talk is going to be very short, as I have the controversial one online with me this evening. And so my guest this evening holds a Master of Business in Administration. He's an ICT specialist, and he will tell you what that is. He's a chairman of RMF Parent and Family Committee. I'm going to tell you what that is too. He's co-chairman for Men's Coalition Committee, and he's a father of one. He's a NIA member. He's a good friend of mine, and his name is Alan Carter. Good evening, Alan.
All right, hold on. Good evening. You're hearing me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear, my friend. How you doing?
I am not too bad. When I hear that type of introduction, and I don't know what to say. You already put the what you call it now. You let the cat out the bag. I don't want them to know. No, man,
you have much more to tell the people about yourself. You have more. Listen to me. I only give them the tip of the iceberg. You have to tell them what kind of specialist to be, what RMF mean, and what type of things. So tell the people, Alan, who is really Alan Carter? Tell me a little bit about yourself.
All right. Well, let me first and all wish you a good evening, and also to your listeners as well. and I am very happy to be here this afternoon. Let me see, where do I start? Alan Carter, a simple name, you know. But to tell you the truth, you mentioned ICT, so let's go there first. So of course, I work at the Ministry of Health and Wellness, where I am a technical support services technician. That requires me to anything where connectivity to the network. So as long as you're in that space and you're unable to connect to the network, you have to call us, the technicians, to come and fix the problem. All right, so that's the main role of responsibility. I also wear several other hats. I don't know how I do it sometimes, but I just do it because it's just me. I am the chairman of the RMF. So RMF is short for Rockfort Moving Forward. It is a group, Rockfort Moving Forward. It is a group of individuals who lived in Rockfort before. They're overseas, and they came together and said, look here, we're going to form an organization to help. So this organization, of course, has several committees. One of the committees that I chair, it is the Parenting and Family Committee. And anybody who know me, I am very passionate about parenting and family. And of course, we'll get into that. Outside of that, I am a departmental rep for my ministry. I am a member of the Jamaica Civil Service Association, one of the biggest and best trade union in Jamaica. I also sit on the Central Executive, and I am the chairman of the Men's Coalition Committee. So you want me to stop? Me can't stop, you know.
No, what is the Men's Coalition Committee all about?
All right, so the Men's Coalition Committee is a group of men within the public sector who came together and said, look, there are some issues affecting men that we want to address. So if you notice, recently, the government implemented the paternity leave. And I'm happy to announce that it was because of the work of the Men's Committee. Men's Committee started the conversation, and we continue to advocate using various means. And of course, our president took the charge and brought it to fruition. Of course, the parenting, the paternity, the leave for fathers. Fathers get at least 1 month where them can say, all right, then it's time to support the mother. So that has been something that we have pushed for, and we're just happy that it came to fruition.
Yes, I really like that one as well.
Yes.
And I know you say you're a father of one. Is it boy or girl?
Boy, is a boy.
A boy. Okay, you have a man
His name
child.
is Asha Carter. Yeah, man, Asha
Repeat?
Carter. His name is Asha Carter.
Oh, may I have the same name?
Similar.
Similar, that's troubling you. Right, and I know you're an NIA member as well.
Yes, I'm an NIA member for the past, I think, 2 or 3 years, where we sit and we discuss matters as it relates to integrity in our nation, because this is very important.
Yes, sir. So, my listeners, this is Alan Carter in a little nutshell, right?
Nutshell, right.
A nutshell. Really a nutshell. Because you are having a moment of Alan's presence, because there's always something that is happening in this society that Alan has an opinion about.
Yes.
He's widely read, very informed. Go ahead.
I don't know how them don't kill me yet for my opinions, but I guess they're waiting.
we need to live in a society where all opinions can be contended without any violence being approved. So, and that is kind of society I want to live in. I know we grow up with this policy that we are not to discuss religion nor politics. I think we should reach a stage where we become mature enough to discuss religion, politics, or any other matter without coming to blows. Because if we understand that each is entitled to their opinion, and there are times when we have to just agree to disagree and let each other live, we can live well without having to agree with nonsense or smartness if we don't want to, but we can contend nicely. So I have no challenge with listening to you and your opinions, even if I don't agree, because sometimes I don't. But this is a space, Healing Moments is a space this evening where we're going to have your views coming forward over the air. And I'm saying to my listeners, if as you listen to Alan, you want to share the conversation in any way, remember now, send us a message on 876-513-6668, or you can, 6668-668, or you can put it on the WhatsApp line, or you can put it on our YouTube messaging. We will see them, we will hear them, and we will share them, and we'll talk about it, right? So this evening, we are talking on a very controversial topic, depending on who you want to listen to at whichever given time. But we're talking about parenting, and then it's influence on every other aspect of society, right? And I know Alan have a lot to say about this. So first and foremost, I believe the hands that rock the cradle can rule the world or destroy the world, or be a problem in the world, even if you can't destroy it, but be a problem. And society can only be fixed if the hands that rock the cradle get the message and try to do it right. That's my opinion. Because you have to learn it from the cradle before you can carry it straight to the grave, right? And some, because they don't learn it from the cradle, go to the grave early or take others to the grave early. It depends on how you look at it. So, Alan, your views a little bit. Let's start the conversation going now on what you think. I know how you feel about parenting, but let the world hear. And I must tell you, you're not only being heard in Jamaica alone, you're being heard worldwide. We have over 200,000 listeners. We have quite a bit of listeners internationally on all continents. And so you will be heard very widely this evening. And of course, the feedbacks will come. But your time, Alan.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will start the conversation like this. When I heard you mention, by the way, I am definitely going to be supporting the charity I heard a while ago. And you mentioned key. You mentioned something key that grabbed my attention. Mm-hmm. And I will tell you what it is. You mentioned that, of course, the mother would have passed because of unfortunate situations in the hospital, really unfortunate. But you mentioned something that is so fundamental. You said that you will be partnering with the father, which is so important. And I start the conversation by saying this, that I personally believe that if you don't have the biological mother and father together, the thing don't make sense. We need both biological parents working together in a partnership, understanding the importance of bringing this child, not only bringing the child into the world, but understanding that are the two biological parents who will guide the child forward. And if for whatever reason, one of the parents is not there, and we can discuss that, then we will have a serious breakdown in our society, as we are witnessing right this very moment. All right? So that is my view on parenting.
I hear you.
Probably the most important role in life. Anything else you have to do, it don't matter. Parenting, the critical role, and you must have all the tools to carry it out.
Yes. And so when you say have all the tools to carry it out, let's break it down a little bit. What do you mean? Because mother, father, in our society, most of us, myself included, are results of single parenting households in the beginning. I started out that way, but eventually my mom got married and stuff. But I started out in a single parent home. Mother, father not together. My mom and dad never got together, so I grew up with a stepfather situation. But at least a father was in the house when we reached a certain age. But we didn't start off that way. I didn't live with a father and mother in the same house until I was about 9 years old. However, I lived with my grandmother, who at the time still had her partner there with her as well. Her husband was there. So we kind of was in a kind of stable home as it were, as well. So technically speaking, I've never lived in a home where it's only one parent run the home. Because I lived with my grandmother at first and her husband was there. Then I went to live with my mom and her husband was there. But we have some children who never had that experience of growing up with both parents in the house, or growing up with many uncles or many aunties.
Right.
What is your take on that kind of situation that we have
It
predominantly,
is
not only in
it
Jamaica?
it is unfortunate. For me personally, every time I hear a female speak about having a child and not about having a partner to raise that child with, I get worried, because I do know that, for example, 85% of the boys in the juvenile centers in Jamaica, 85% of them are as a result of single mothers. Now, you'll hear a conversation that she never asked to be a single mother. But I would argue, yes, you did. Because there are certain ingredients. Listen, I don't think you can just get up. You should just get up and just be a mother. It's much more than that. You have to first be a partner, which is mean be in a committed, serious relationship, marriage, right? And then after you have cemented that, then now you can get to the stage of becoming a mother. And I think a lot of our women have skipped the stage here and got to that stage, and it don't work like that. The first
But
stage,
Alan, I can
foundation,
content to say, I know, the woman didn't do it all by herself.
Yeah, but what is happening? The fundamental thing here is that the woman controls who comes into the world and who don't come into the world. I can't give her I can't force her to take whatever. I have so many situations where men have said categorically, say, look here, my girl, if you get pregnant, take this. And she said, no, she's not taking it. So the point I'm making here, and I don't want to stray, but she have 100% responsibility in who come into the world and who don't come into the world. And if the individual you're with is indicating to you that, look here, I am not ready, then why would you proceed?
But then again, we live in a society where we are told, and what we are told is that women, you have some women who have no control over negotiating sex. They have no control over their sexuality. They grow up in communities where they have no control. So you are saying that women always have control.
They always have control. That's a lie that has been promoted and marketed in such a way to give the appearance that men control the access to sex, and we don't. Women have control the access to sex. If you listen to all the stories of these women, what are you saying? That they were forced? That's it. That's the argument we want to go with. I don't agree with it.
Some women are being forced.
But is that the majority? What I have seen to be the majority is that women are choosing to be mothers. They're choosing. They're saying, I want to be a mother, but I don't want a husband.
I've heard that conversation as well.
And that's exactly it. So when I'm talking to an average female and I'm saying to her, you want to be a mother? Yes. So don't you want to be a wife? No. So and then now you look at that now, and when you look at the result of them now being a single parent, having to raise a child in our society, where we do understand that the economy is not set up for single income household. Our economy isn't set up like that. Many persons will tell you that being single, believe me, they feel the pressures and they feel the pain. So just imagine those kids, and I'm not making a joke out of it because I'm absolutely serious about it. There are so many children now suffering, have to be selling on the road and all of that kind of thing. And I think that it is evil. It is evil. It is evil.
So you are saying when a woman don't control her sexuality, don't take responsibility for whom she have children with, the type of relationships she start out with, she then creates the problem that we have in our society today.
Exactly.
Right. It kind of sounds to me though, Alan, like you're putting all the blame on women.
I have to.
Why?
Okay. So let us look at it again. Let me frame it again for you. So let me frame the conversation again so you understand. Let's say that I am a bum, right? I approach you being a bum. Now, you're going to have an argument that you didn't know that I was a bum, right?
Yes,
right?
I could say that.
But did I offer to get married to you?
No.
So why do you think that it would have been okay for you to produce for me and I never tell you, say we in a relationship, one, or I'm going to marry to you?
How many plan to get pregnant?
Oh, you never plan to get pregnant. That's the argument that you're putting forward. Not one that I'm willing to work with.
But it's an accident, Alan.
No, the plan. I just tell you a while ago, if you interview 10 women, if you line them up and interview them, they will tell you that they want to be a mother, but they don't want to be a wife. That is a problem. So
and you have some who want to be wives but don't want to be mothers.
And I don't have a problem with them. At the end of the day, what I am saying is that if you don't want to be a wife, don't even think about being a mother.
Well, I can understand that. And to be honest, my position is if we practice biblical principles, we won't have any child who grew up in a broken home unless death or something like that. I was looking today, and this is what thought came into my mind this morning. On Saturday, Sabbath, we went to Mandeville to partner with my brother to christen his first grandchild, present this child to the Lord, as it were. So I was sitting down this morning and I was thinking, my mom's maiden name is Reddy, and my father's name is Bingham. So I thought about it and say, Bingham, Reddy come together and produce this child. But this child's name is Robinson now. However, I was looking at both sides of my family, and that's why it's important to know our family. Because when I look at both sides of my family now, I'm looking on my mom, then her mom, then her mom's mom, whose mother was Robinson. And then I'm looking at my father's side of family, and very close up into my father's side of family was Robinson as well. And now come down the line, there comes another Robinson. Okay, this child has become a Robinson. And then I was looking at it and say, if you look at the circle, who knows, maybe we just related, mix up. But I was looking at the importance of parents coming together, that children can understand their roots, who they are and where they are coming from, that they can plan, know the illnesses of their family. Because one of the things I have seen coming forward now is you have people with illnesses. In my practice, people come with presentation with different kind of illnesses, and I say to them, anybody else in your family have this? Me don't know.
And they don't know.
Me don't know my father, I don't know my mother, or you don't know that is it. So parenting and having steady family background goes beyond. A matter of fact, don't go beyond, it covers everything.
Exactly. And
I understand.
And oftentimes when I say these things, women get triggered and get up in the feelings and emotion. But I'm just looking at it and I'm saying, okay, let us look at where our society is now. We have realized, based on the data and the statistics, because I can show statistics at you all day. I guarantee you. I
want some of these statistics as well.
Okay, fair enough. I mentioned one statistic so far: 85% of the boys in juvenile centers, in the juvenile facilities in Jamaica, and this is Jamaica we're talking about. 85% of them are produced from single mother homes. So what happened now is that the fathers are necessary, The mothers will say, she don't need no man. This is another mental illness that I realize going in our society, where women have this mental frame that they don't need men. I don't know where they get it from, but I think it's a mental illness. You'd have to help me with that.
You know why I believe that I believe it's a mental challenge that we learn from generation coming down. It's a way of, it's a defense mechanism that women put up to say they really need a man in their life, or because they don't have any, and they don't know how to go about building that kind of relationship, because that's a breakdown in the society that we have now, that we don't teach people how. Just a moment, I don't know. Miss Pauline Williamson saying good evening to us on Facebook. Good evening to you, my dear. She's listening in. And to the other listeners who are not saying anything, we are glad you are here. We're glad you are listening. Please send us your feedback. Okay, my dear Alan, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I wanted to applaud the point that you're making, because not oftentimes we hear these points made. That is a defense mechanism, and I've noticed it.
Yes.
But how about sitting down and saying, all right, how do I build a long-term relationship? A long-term relationship is not difficult to build, It's not difficult. As a matter of fact, if I should go deeper into my life, but I will not do that tonight. But a long-term relationship is not difficult, but a long-term relationship is necessary, right? Very much so necessary. And of course we have different persons within our society who have the ability to teach. So it's almost like this, we need persons who are in our society who are teaching persons how to foster a long-term relationship, how to deal with conflict. We have the worst conflict resolution skills in Jamaica. I don't know if you ever notice it. The minute we have an argument, the minute we have a disagreement, we're ready for cut. We're ready for pull up shot. We're ready for move out. No, him can't stay here. And this, that. And what is the long-term effect? The long-term effect, it is going to be generations dealing with this, because we just lack the ability to realize that, look here, we need to build long-term relationships. We need to deal with our conflicts, and we need to legalize polygamy.
Oh, we're going to come back to that one a little bit. But before we go to the polygamy, I wanted to talk about that. But before we get there, the construct of societal breakdown and women believing they can do without a man. Technically speaking, we can do without each other if we just plan to live in isolation. But God was wise in that he realized that we need each other to build.
We need each other.
The Neighborhood Watch movement, which I head, one of our mandates, one of the things we are carrying forward for the next 3-4 years is working on building communities, one family at a time, teaching persons how to resolve conflicts, how to build families. We are hoping that one of the challenges we face in this country, in that all the people we have in Neighborhood Watch, other than the police who partner with us, are volunteers.
Right.
And one of the things I realized, funders are not willing many times to put their money on the preventative arm of work, where you go in, build communities, do prevention work. You don't get a lot of funding for this, for these unsexy kind of work. But the minute a community have high crime, high violence, and everybody killing everybody, people going there to give them tools that is not going to create any change anyway, you see a lot of funders coming to that end of the table. But when you're trying to do the preventative work, going to talk to people, just want funding for transportation and to buy equipment and tools, you do not get that. And that is one of the reasons why Jamaica is never getting it right, because we're fixing prisons, building prisons, we're using violence to fight violence, and we don't fix the other part of it. So as a society, we need to fix that. But now, Alan, you raise a very interesting point, and I'm going to make sure within this time we're going to talk, because it's very interesting. So you are saying polygamy should be something that we as women, because I know we have a problem with it. We as women would have a problem with it, because my technical producer in here take off our slippers to beat you.
I imagine so.
Because I am going to give it. So if you are saying to me as a woman that I should be quite comfortable, and I know 1 or 2 persons in Jamaica that have had that kind of relationship, and society talk about it, but I won't call people name. But you are saying to me as a woman, I should be comfortable if the government should pass a law that a man can carry another woman coming in my house and we live together as one. But suppose I'm the strong kind of woman that says I want 2 husbands. What's your take?
All right, so let me frame the conversation because I knew we were gonna go there, you know. Now, the relationship model that we practice currently not working. I've looked at it. I've looked at it repeatedly. It's not working. We seem to we're having a breakdown, not understanding the sexes. For example, a woman will tell you repeatedly that no man, him can't stay faithful. That.
Yeah,
and you hear that often, right?
Yeah.
But then when you go to the passport office, did you know that 38% of the paternity test done, the person who believed that he was the father, not the father. That's 38%.
That's
right?
a real thing
So-
what's happening right now.
So on both sides, we can agree. Also, I want to point out, men and women cheat at the same rate. Society will have us believe that men cheat at a higher rate. It's not so. We cheat at the same rate. But I would want for us as a country to have the option. So let us say I want to have the option. So if I want to marry 2 women and I find 2 women who are with that, I must be given the option and the privilege to do that. No, I'm not saying all women in our society need to do that. If they don't want to do that, they can stay single and die. But I'm saying, for the women who understand that this is necessary, I think that I should be given the option to do that. You know, and I don't like the fact that we are now being told that monogamy is the only way, and it's not.
Okay, I hear you, and I hear you loud and clear now.
And if you find two fine gentlemen who are willing to live in a house with you, of course, why not? Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You know, I was listening to a clip recently because I'm preparing for another program that I'm going to do. And I was listening to a clip of a woman giving message to the matey, as it were. And, you know, telling her if the man come home miserable and unhappy is her fault. And she must do her work and do it well and whatever and all of that. I have known personally of couples who 2 women live in the same house. And is a man, 2 partners. I've also known of men who have 2 homes and the partners know about it, but they have come together. You know, that song, My Wife and My Sweetheart to Be Friends. And I have known that. And there are some couples I know right now. I don't even know if it put it 1 man, but 3 different women. And they are living pretty well. They're not willing to advertise to the world yet. And funny enough, they would all get married to the man if they could.
Exactly.
If law had allowed it, they would marry to this man.
About. Yes.
But Alan, is that biblical?
Because yeah, man, of course it is biblical. Of course it is. It is very biblical. Very biblical. And as a matter of fact, why I'm advocating so much for that to happen. Look, I am not, and as I said before, I am framing the conversation. I am not saying all women need to accept this. There are some women on the platform who say they're not going for that. And my argument is that, okay, well, stay alone, don't produce, and leave those who understand what this means for our society. Allow us to continue to function, to build communities, to stay in our children's life, and to foster growth and development, because we know that approach not working. Men have always 90% of the time shown that we are polygamous by nature. That's a scientific fact. That's not a cultural construct. That's a scientific fact. Women are naturally, by nature, women are monogamous. So monogamy is what women desire, and nothing is wrong with that. But men, polygamy is what we are about. Now, I am not saying that we should force this on our society. Hell no, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that for us who want this to happen, we must be given the privilege to get married and legitimize our children, so that our children can not only have our name, but can own property, can be protected by healthcare, coverage. I don't have a problem paying a higher health care if that needs be or whatever. What I'm talking about is a frame that will ensure that I am in the home and I'm protecting my children.
Okay.
Because a lot of men have this issue. A lot of men have it.
Oh, okay. I remember when I was doing my PhD research, so I came upon some different social constructs, and it was brought forward that is the Europeans that brought to us, to our mind, that monogamous relationships are the best way, because our original, where we grow up, the African continent and other European continents, in some Indian countries and stuff, it was never a practice that men would only have one partners. I also learned that originally in Africa, a man could have as many wives as he can in some societies,
can afford it,
as long as he can afford them, because he had to build homes for these women. Sometimes he have one big yard and different homes for the different wives and their children and all of that.
Nice.
These constructs. And so that is something that you are you're thinking would be a very good idea for us in Jamaica as well.
Yes.
All right, I hear you. I'm not going to if I agree or don't disagree. That is not my place this evening. This evening, my position is to take your contending conversation and let the listeners give their feedbacks if they so desire. However, we're going to look at what we have now and how would your suggestion fix it. Because we have now, with so many children having no father. And one of my challenge, and this is something that I personally believe, is that we have a problem in a society where men think it's okay to abuse their partners. Some women think it's okay to be abused. My thing is, we are told over and over that most of these homes are run by single parents, and most of the time the single parent is a woman. So who teach our boys to beat us? And who taught us that it is okay to be beaten?
All right, so let us look at it. And I love having this type of conversation because you framed it correctly. Who is it that is teaching these boys how to treat women? Are these men? No, they're moms. They're the ones who are teaching these boys how to be men. No, what are they teaching men? They're teaching men that you need to express yourself more. You need to talk up. You need to be emotional, right? Where do we see these things coming out in certain relationships, right? Because remember now, as I said to you before in the first argument, if you don't have the father around, the boy is going to learn how to be a man from his mother. Mothers can't
learn to be a man from his mom.
Exactly. And so therefore, that is where most of the abuse coming from. Because as men, we know that our responsibility is to protect our family, to provide and to preside. Protection is very important. We protect our wives, we protect our children. Everybody, every female in the family is protected. As a matter of fact, if you go on the road sometime and if somebody rush a female, you'll notice how quickly it's like every man want to come out of them car for stop, to make sure that she's protected. So I don't like this argument that men are abusing women in a relationship. I don't believe that
they are.
But I don't see any data. I don't see any data to say that this is an overwhelming issue that is happening where women are just being abused in these relationships. And also to note, I'm going
to tell you, it's an overwhelming issue, but it's a learned bad behavior.
All right, so tell me the data.
It's an overwhelming challenge. I don't have data in my head now, but I'm quite sure if we bring other persons. But it's something that we see continually. We see more women running to shelters because they are being abused. Men are not only abusive to their partners, but they're abusive to other men. They don't know how to manage their emotional issues. And so it's really a breakdown we have in our society. And to be honest, women are truly being abused. My challenge is how do they learn it? And a lot of them learn it from their moms, either allowing the different uncles that pass through the house to beat them for because they don't want. As far as I'm concerned, women is to get up and become and earn. I'm not saying that they're supposed to take the work of a man and become the breadwinner for the family. But we know we are living in a society where we need 2 fingers to kill lice if we want to have a good home. However, too many women are sitting down in the kitchen with this proverbial pregnant and barefoot mentality in their heads, waiting on somebody to give them something to put in their pots. And so therefore, we have that breakdown. Our women need to get up and be able to help put on their own pot, help to pay the light bill, to meet each other halfway.
But the employment rate, even the recent data that I look at, there are a high number of women who are employed and working.
More women are employed than men.
Exactly, more women than men. So I don't see where women are staying home. They're not staying home.
But still have, but at this breakdown we have in our society is most of the women who are working are not the ones that are having children and not taking care of them. And also, you might have more women working, but they are working at low, very low income jobs. So we have a lot of societal breakdown happening. We have some men working, some men scamming, some men just sit down and basically the woman work and come home and take her money and spend it because, again, women have not set the foundation for how they want their home to run.
I hear you, but I would love to see the data to support what you're saying. For a very long time, I think what we have done in our society is to talk about a minority group as if it is a majority. I don't why I don't like that. Fair enough. But I'd rather us sticking to data. Is this the reality?
One of the things we have to realize before we collect data in society is anecdotal evidence sometimes cause us to create data. One of the problems I have is that enough documentation of, well, we have documentation, enough bringing together of information is not happening around domestic violence. We do have data, but I don't want to go into my computer to bring up some of them. But it is really a challenge. But my challenge this evening is not so much on what is happening, is the why. Why don't we have more women and men coming together as partners? Why do we have this social breakdown? Why?
Because our women are refusing to be wives. It's just a simple thing. It's nothing technical.
You know, I met a lady on Saturday who said to me, a man have never asked her to marry her. She's 46 now. And she said, no, she don't have any kids either.
Okay.
Because she's one of those believe in marriage before children and all that.
She's a good woman. I like her. She's
very nice woman. That is it. So she's a very nice woman. She don't believe in having sex before marriage and all of that.
There you go. Good woman.
Because of those principles that she maintained, a man have never asked her for her hand in marriage because all the men, if you don't give them the sex that she have met, and these are men in church because she grew up in church.
Yes,
I want to frame it properly. She is in church. So she's only talking to church men. And a lot of the church men that she knew growing up until she's 46 years old, if she don't let off, them not ask her no other question.
I said, go, look here. As I said to you before, a lot of our women have not been raised to be wives. And that's just a fundamental truth. They have not been raised. They have not been raised. They don't know what it is that they need to do. They don't know how to operate. A lot of women are in masculine. And a lot of men don't want a masculine woman to talk about. They will have sex with her. She'll get a lot of sex, but she will not get any serious relationship. And what I say to you regards to that you raise is that I saw it go. We have to learn. But at least at the end of the day, she's not a mother. So I'm very happy about that. I would rather you go off.
She's about to become a mom now, but she's going to adopt.
Well, you know, I would advise against, but all right.
She's going to adopt. She have a little wealth and she wants to have somebody to leave her wealth to. So she's going to adopt.
Oh boy, she's going to mess up a youngster. Hopefully it's a girl.
I don't think so. I don't think she will because she has a good network around her.
Let's see.
Mhm.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not a fan of that one. Just to tell you the truth, I'm not a fan
I
of
hear
it. But
you.
I see it happening. But I say, all right, But I'm not a fan of it.
I'm hoping maybe by the time she decides to adopt somebody, we say, oh, but she can be a good mother and married to her.
Well, let's see. Let's see.
Matter of fact, I've started playing matchmaking, so who knows?
There you go. Let's see. Maybe she'll learn how to be submissive and to be,
Why you think the
cooperative.
lady's like, why do you think that's Alan, you're going to have to come back? That's one next show all by itself. You have to take off my car shoes again. But hope she learned to be submissive. Why are men afraid of strong women?
No. We don't. No, man. Listen, it's not about being afraid of strong women. Strong women are rude and disrespectful.
We go beg one cheap room. Me dey beg one cheap room to make you come down here one evening come in our studio because we have to beat you.
No, man, I don't. And I don't have a problem traveling down, As long as you tell me, just tell me the cheap room and I will come down. I'll make the time. Because I think these discussions are necessary.
Yes,
and I want to
hear
it. Yeah, man, I think they are necessary.
These are necessary conversations to have because in a society where we have I know some time ago, not recently, but about 5-6 years ago, I was in doing a forum. And at the end of the forum, a gentleman looked at me nice because I don't have no ring or nothing. And him look at me and say, you know why you're still single? I said, no, but I'm sure you're going to tell me. He said, you're too, you're stronger, you can't domineering. No man not married to you. And I laughed at him and he said, why you laugh? Because at the time, I think I was married for like 23 years or something, So I laughed and I said to him, being a strong woman don't mean that I don't know how to be a good wife.
There's a difference. There's a difference. Yes, there is. Indeed. Because at the end of the day, your husband found value in you and so on. And so in that relationship dynamic, I've seen it work. So I'm willing to admit that being a strong woman don't mean that you can't be a good wife.
I'm a matter of fact, I like strong women. To be honest, I get annoyed when I see women who are married and they're wishy-washy. They have to.
They're feminine, man. No, man, they're feminine. You have to. No, man, we love them. We love them.
No, feminine and being weak are two different things.
They're feminine. No, man. Don't beat up on them. They're nice.
Listen to me, Alan. You have some women who are not feminine. They're weak and they make full man walk all over them.
No. You said something like that. You're an inner.
Just like you have good men, you have bad men. I have some bad men who get some good wives. Soft women too soft.
Majority good men out there. Majority good men.
I'm not gonna argue with that because to me now look.
Well, I'm an advocate. I have to advocate for parenting. I have to advocate for family.
Yes,
I also have to advocate for men. And I've seen good men out there who are overlooked oftentimes because they don't have the money. A lot of women who say they don't have the money, they can't. So you see what I'm talking about.
That is a touch a point, and I want to say this, and I'm talking to my sisters.
Here you go. Talk to them.
I heard women saying that they don't want no broke pocket man, because they not build life with nobody. I am saying to you sisters, if you don't want to build with the man, and you see the one when me build with, you come, plan for leaving some part of you behind. Because if you want to have relationship, become a good parent, good parenting, you should be able to take up a broke pocket man with the right mindset. For me, it's a broke pocket man without the right mindset to steer one side. Because the Bible says by your sweat of your brow, you eat bread. However, you can have a poor man with the right mindset to work and a woman who herself might be equally poor but with the right mindset, and they come together and overturn this world when they create their wealth, not only through what they build but the type of children that they create.
Doc, and I want to, and I know we're running with time, but I want to put this point. I want to put this point out there. How many of these women have allowed their fathers to vet their partners? How many of these women have said, all right, Daddy, this is the man that I'm going to be selecting to
Lord,
be
somehow a father we don't want no man like them.
all right, but I'm listening to listen to me now. Listen to me now. You see my son, it's when him reach of age, my wife better know say she have to go vet the woman. And if I have a daughter, right? Me I call him in one room or
I believe in that, you know.
Me I put my machine on the table and me I gonna have a real conversation with him because I'm gonna let him know. So look here,
Yes,
this young lady.
I believe in that.
So that is why I'm saying that we need to bring back the parenting model that I'm talking about.
Yeah,
because
to be honest, I don't want us to end the conversation without talking the importance of parenting.
Yeah, we have to. Because no, me as a father, no, I have that role. That is my responsibility. I'm gonna have to talk to her possible partner. So that may fix this whole abuse situation because I will not go on record and tell you that some of these men are not abusive. I'll not go on record and say that. But what I'll say, if there was a father that them know or a big brother who them know say them have to go report to, you think that they're gonna touch that female? I guarantee you they're not gonna do it.
But one of the challenge we have though is women are being abused, but them shame to talk.
Yes, but men are being abused too.
When they're men are being abused that are afraid to talk as well. That is why we can't fix the kind of body they cover up.
Mental abuse. Look at the footballer the other day. Look at him look at it, you know. Look at how his abuse came. He is going through a crisis in his life. He was merely accused of something. The month before. The month after that, his wife is filing for divorce. So we are being abused. So it's two of us, man. Don't make it go on like it's one way,
it happened on both sides. It happened on both sides, Alan.
Yeah,
both sides are existing on both sides, and it is caused by breaking down of poor parenting, poor societal support, and the conversations we're having. So we need to change the conversation. We need proper parenting. We need mother and father in the house. And
biological.
And there are some now where we cannot fix that construct anymore because the father have 3-4 homes and him have 3-4 families or what children all over the place. And this, but what we need to do is find a way to fix what we have now by starting the conversation. Mothers allowing children to know their fathers and stop telling them say you're powerless, even though I'm giving you money for the children and don't tell the children the truth. And fathers need to allow children to know them as well. And for the fathers who out there who have children who their wives don't know about, it's time for some truth start talk that men can show up in the lives of their children. And those who don't start yet, for goodness sake, fix yourself, fix your relationship before you put somebody else's picnic in it.
Indeed. Agree.
You have your final word. You have the final word for the few minutes we have left.
All right. Thank you. Let me just go. Thank you very much. I am really happy that I was able to share in this conversation. I know I just indicated that we have much more to talk about. And as I indicated,
you're going to have to come back.
I am willing to come back. I am willing to travel down. I am willing to stay in that little cheap wherever just to make sure that we can have
We're going to set it up because you're going to get beaten.
well, if persons who know me know that I'm not afraid of beating, I will take
all right.
it. The long and short of it is that we need to fix. If we can sit down here and agree that our society is in need of repair, then I think we can start to think about some of the possible solutions. Now, I'm not saying that I have all the solutions, but I do.
No, we need everybody to bring it to the table. Yeah,
I do have some that I do believe will bring about a good solution. And I will just encourage everyone to keep the conversations going. Don't shut them down. and
No.
look out again for when it is we have this sit down.
We sit down again. Amen. So there you have it. I want to thank Alan Carter for making the time out this evening. He rushed home to make sure he was at home to start this conversation. The conversation will continue. We will tell you when, and we know it is going to be right here on Fit FM 96.7. It's going to be Healing Moments, and I'm going to be your girl, Dr. Asha Muwendo, to host that conversation with my studio producer Julia, helping me if we even have to beat Brother Alan. Alan, thank you. Looking forward to the conversation. You're listening to Healing Moments on Fit FM 96.7. We do it all over again next week, same time, same place. Blessings. Walk good.
All right, take care.